Servus, my motorbike friends. Welcome to another German-English lesson. Oh, it's more an English lesson with Stefan's Garage. Short intro. This won't be a regular Wilbers install or a technical video like you used to watch and get bored. And it's going to be more a humoric way of installing a Wilbers on a Triumph bike of a good friend of mine. And there will be a lot of British humor involved. If you can't stand British humor, you better stop the video right now and don't waste your time. Liebe Bikerfreunde, willkommen zu einer weiteren Episode von Stefans Garage. Kurzes Intro. Wir machen heute einen Wilbers Install an einer Triumph und es wird kein technisch orientierter Einbau werden, sondern es wird mehr so mit Freunden zusammen schrauben sein, wird viel britischer Humor drin sein. Wenn ihr schwarzen Humor nicht aushalten könnt, dann schaltet lieber ab, spart euch eine Menge Zeit. And after the install, we will focus on some bonus material, which we will show after the install. Nach dem Einbau, und da wird viel Englisch dabei sein, machen wir ein bisschen Bonusmaterial und wenn ihr bis dahin durchhaltet, wird bestimmt lustig. Servus my motorbike friends, welcome back to another episode of not Stefan's Garage today, but so to say Steve's Garage.
Steve's Garage.
I'm here with a friend of mine, Steve, in Palm Springs, and we're going to do a Wilbers install on this beautiful Triumph Thruxton. I hope that I pronounced it well.
Thruxton is correct.
Thruxton
yes.
is correct.
Yes.
Okay, so join us, have some fun, and maybe you will see how it is going to be installed. And again, this is an English-German lesson. The German is getting better from time to time. Ja, liebe Bikerfreunde, willkommen in Steve's Garage. Steve ist ein guter Freund von mir in Palm Springs. Und heute bauen wir ein Wilbers Fahrwerk in dieses schöne Triumph Thruxton ein. Stay focused. Okay, let's go. And some jokes in between. First we will, as well as with the Harleys, disassemble the front end and then see what's inside the fork legs. Also wir fangen an, erstmal wird vorne alles zerlegt, wie bei den Harleys, und dann schauen wir an, wie es in den Gabeln aussieht. And now we can focus on dirty jokes.
What I have to say is that I love my Triumph. My dad had a Triumph, and so this runs in the family. I love my Triumph. But this shouldn't be called Thruxton, which is an amazing little race circuit in the south of England. This should be called a Triumph Trabant, because it rides like a Trabant.
Trabant.
A Trabant.
Trabant, okay.
German.
Trabi.
German translation.
German high quality car.
Yes. So it rides like that because for some reason Triumph made all of this fantastic and then got to here and kind of cheaped out. So that's why we have Mr. Stefan here. And that's what we're going to do.
And it's our friendship.
Do you want me to speed this up, or do you want to?
No, you can be what you can do whatever you want.
Speed it up.
I didn't. Do you want me to take the rear shocks off?
Oh no, it will be completely out of balance.
Oh, I see. Okay.
And by the way, I don't know if I mentioned, Steve, you're a pilot, I believe.
I am.
An airline pilot?
I am.
Oh, great.
Well, hang on, Stefan. Aren't you an airline pilot too?
What kind of planes are you flying?
I currently fly the beautiful, slightly agricultural Boeing 737.
Is this a big plane or a small plane?
Well, that depends on who you ask. I always thought that a 737 was a big plane because my criteria for judging whether planes are big or small is, back when I was learning to fly, was whether or not I could walk under the elevator without ducking down.
Okay, we changed this. In my perspective, a big plane is a plane where you can walk underneath the belly without hitting your head.
Yeah, you win on that one.
Sorry.
But yeah, so my lovely little. Now, how many people do we squeeze in the 737 over here? About 195 on the 737-900 and the MAX 9. And so that's how many we take. How many do you fly around in your European Airbus, Stefan?
The European Airbus, depending on the length, but we know size doesn't matter. We're going to edit that out. No,
No, don't edit that out.
We are not editing anything.
Size is very important.
Between, I think it's 150 up to 210 on the
Okay.
321, and on the 350, which is the plane you can definitely walk underneath without hitting your head, it's around 300 in three
300.
classes.
So yeah. So another 100 people that you squeeze onto your luxury liner, and we have our agricultural tractor.
This might already be the end of the video.
Oh,
Yeah,
we're done. And
almost done. Do we have talks?
ooh, in my hangar.
That is not
Yes.
too close by. Okay.
Yikes. Whoa, man! Why didn't I pick those up? Bugger.
Pre-flight planning, Steve.
Thank you, James. On my days off.
Get drunk at 10 o'clock in the morning.
Okay. Yeah, we need to get a Torx screw for the ABS sensor, and then we are good to continue. After
Yeah.
these messages, let's throw in some commercials.
Yes.
If you can hammer Alan's head into it.
No, that's not the way pilots
See,
do this.
that's
Do you like it?
That's-
turns up in a Roadmaster.
That's-
Starts
that's-
suggesting
that's
hammering.
yeah. Now, see, this is just my little
no,
household.
no. Hang on.
Oh,
We have the magic.
There you go.
Do we have some?
I think I have a bunch.
SAE.
No.
No, because
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
we have a spare toolbox in the Mercedes.
And we're back.
We are back. Somehow we managed to get the proper tool.
And that's James, another English guy that likes to drive this. That's Roz.
And we will.
Thank you for having me in your country, Ross.
I think after this video, they will throw us out. I will.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Thank you for having me.
yeah.
Destroy as many times as I can whilst I'm here. Thank you.
Yeah.
Maybe you need to balance the bicycle a little bit. If I remove the
Okay.
front wheel now.
Okay. Okay.
Just prevent it from falling down. Oh, those are tiny tires.
Now we talked about size already. You don't describe my beautiful British tires as tiny. They're efficient.
Efficient, round,
Yes.
everything
Efficiently round. Yes. And they're the right color.
black. And you see, we have some more talks.
Ah, I can't see. I'm holding onto the bike.
I think you don't need to hold it.
Are we good?
Yeah, we are good.
You sure?
Yeah,
Okay.
see. Don't try this at home, folks.
The nice thing is, if this all goes horrendously wrong, there are plenty of fail videos on Instagram that we could sell this to.
Yeah, we should be able to buy a new motorcycle from
From the advertising.
the advertising.
Why is expert James, motorcycle person, off camera right, why is green considered British? British racing green? No?
No.
Useless. You had one job.
That's not right.
Why is it green though? Do you know?
Colours.
It's weird, isn't it? I wonder where that came from.
Something from the 1910s, 20s.
Yeah.
From the Bentley boys, I think.
Maybe.
So from that, yeah. Well,
Bentley and
if it's
Jaguar.
not them, it's something you've never heard of, it's like Napier came out with it or something like this.
Yeah.
By the way, I'm so glad that we measured out all these sockets.
Oh yeah.
Especially
that was-
those one down here.
Yeah, I'm really happy that we did the preparation
Yeah.
for this, because that's generally what pilots are known for, is the excellent preparation,
Yeah.
planning ahead, always having the right equipment with you,
And improvising. I
and
think
then improvising when all of those things don't work. Wow, this is nice.
Can you hear this?
Yeah.
so. I will definitely have to speed that up.
British Racing Green takes its name from the green international motor racing colour of the United Kingdom. It originated with the 1903 Gordon Bennett Cup.
Gordon Bennett.
Exactly, that's exactly what it is. Held in Ireland.
Huh.
Then still part of the UK at that point.
Ah.
Yeah.
British Racing Green in Ireland.
Yeah,
Okay.
but Ireland was part of the UK at that point. As motor racing on the public roads was illegal in Great Britain, not the United Kingdom. As a mark of respect, the British Guards were painted shamrock green.
Wouldn't you? That's really interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, so British Racing Green has its heritage from
Oh,
Ireland.
there's a picture of a Napier in green. Thank you. Did I not say that?
That's amazing.
There you go.
And so the hail back to Ireland, Green Ireland. How many subscribers to Stefan's Garage or Garage do you think you have in Ireland?
Maybe one.
One. So to the one Irish subscriber to Stefan's YouTube channel, this is for you. This is part of your heritage. British Racing Green traces its lineage back to Ireland. How's that?
Do you want more?
Yes.
When Britain first competed in 1902, Gordon Bennett Cup.
1992.
1902.
Oh, two. Okay, yeah.
They had to choose a different colour from the national flag colours of red, white and blue because they had already been taken in the 1900 race by America, Germany and France. So what is the national racing colour of Germany? White. What's the national racing colour of the United States? Red. France is blue, obviously.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah. English Napier cars were painted green.
I love to.
Quite interesting, actually. I really didn't know that. Is this working? Are you okay?
And why the Mercedes cars were silver?
Yeah.
You know this because it's German folklore.
Yeah, you have to. Otherwise,
No,
otherwise you won't graduate school if you don't know that.
Germany,
Really?
Yeah.
they stripped the paint off them to save weight.
I think they needed to be at a certain weight, and the only way to do that was finally to strip off the paint. So if you want to lose some weight,
So you mean I don't have to go to the gym? All I have
No.
to do is to remove.
some paint.
Right. Now, actually, that brings up a good point because so now your Wilbers now rely on my weight as the rider, correct? Is that how they're set?
Yeah, but more the automatic self-leveling system. This one is a basic suspension, as you are riding only one up, and for your model there is no self-leveling system available. But nevertheless, you will see a big difference.
Yeah.
And honestly, the only reason why you have chosen to get a Wilbers is our friendship, and I forced you to do it,
Yes.
and there was basically no way out.
absolutely none. No, I had the entire Muller family, in fact.
Yeah, but this works better than German and British relations used to work in the past.
I thought you specified no water.
Okay, no, okay. Don't mention the war.
Don't mention the war. But relations.
Does not history of Thruxton replace?
History of
Yeah,
Thruxton.
history of Thruxton, the airport for which that bike is named.
Now, I have a lot of friends because of Thruxton Airport, because I used to fly from there. My good friend Eugene Bridges, blues guitarist, man. I took him on a tour around France in a Piper. No, it was a Beach Baron, from Thruxton Airport. And I went to see touring cars there as well when I was a kid. My dad took me to see touring cars, and it's a very historic race circuit, right?
War jokes again.
Oh yeah.
Better focus on
right up there,
aviation
aren't we?
jokes. By the way, I have heard that you are a writer as well, Steve. Is that correct?
I'm a what?
Writer, that's the one writing books?
Writer.
Or paying somebody to write a book for him?
Yes, I did turn some of my loose notes into a bound book, and some people on the planet have found it entertaining.
Yes, it is.
And I remember that you read it,
Yeah.
and thank you for that. And luckily I can promote it because I don't get any of the profits. As you know, Stefan, they go to a lovely charity. I'm going to get close again. They go to a lovely charity called the Douglas Bader Foundation. Who was Douglas Bader, James?
He was a British man.
He was a British man
Well, that's
who was also involved with aviation.
okay.
And had a link to Germany.
And had one leg.
He also had no legs.
0 legs.
No legs.
Okay.
So the suspension for him,
No, the bike for him, the suspension might be the same,
the suspension, okay.
but the bike might be different.
But
History.
But nevertheless, what is it? Rubber suits and
rubber suits and lukewarm soup.
nice collection of aviation stories,
Yes, they
basically from ferry flying,
Yes.
wrote by Steve Randall. You get it on Amazon, I think.
Amazon, Kindle, Nook, Apple iBooks,
And then
physical books from
finally,
Lulu.
Steve might be able to buy himself a proper motorcycle.
Well, no, because I don't get the profits.
Yeah, you're right.
But the Douglas Bader Foundation does, and that's good because they're excellent chaps who take kids with limb loss, any limbs, and take them flying. And the point being, let's say you were born with or you suffered a limb loss, and you're a kid, and it would be easy to get into a position of thinking, well, there's nothing more for me.
Yeah.
And what they do is they put them into an airplane, they
show
take them
them
flying,
that there's
and
a
say,
lot of,
if
yeah.
you can fly an airplane,
You can do everything.
you can do anything you want to do. And I thought that was quite good.
Yeah.
So I thought they should have the profits. And now it's sold quite a lot of copies, so I'm regretting that. No, I'm not. No. It's very, very good.
But
It's very good.
is there going to be a second edition?
You
with-
do keep asking me for that, yes. And yes, the time and effort it took to write the first one puts me off a little. However, the one thing we have in common, Mr. Stefan, as airline pilots, is we do have a little bit of time on our hands.
Yeah.
Don't tell the wife. But maybe there is now some more material that is relevant. In fact, our story is relevant.
Our story,
And,
okay.
Also, purchasing the Chipmunk, which was the first airplane I got to fly. That's a, and with that is this musical interlude.
Was it the ringtone or?
My friend.
Okay, pop pickers, this is the latest from the Spice Girls. And over to you, James.
Was it Spice Girls?
No, it wasn't Spice.
I hope it wasn't.
I hope it wasn't. You don't look that young. Okay, you do look that young.
That's a car. Stop this now.
So have you heard about these before?
What,
Wilbers.
shock absorbers?
No, not shock absorber. I mean, really? No, Wilbers. Have you ever heard of them?
Guys, would it be maybe a good idea to continue the the three British guys with the motor show?
Oh,
Gear?
Top Gear.
Maybe those Top Gear managers, if you need three other fools to do some silly stuff around engines, just give us a call.
Yeah, this would very much off camera now is James. In fact, much further back than he was before. Little camera shy, our James. However, Mr. James is an excellent photographer of these particular types of vehicles.
Oh yeah.
Isn't that right? In fact, I have to tell you this. Did you talked to Andrea and sent her those photos, right? They came out really well.
Did they?
And she wants me to put them on the wall.
Oh, that's remarkable.
And they
Okay.
look good. Whoa! What happened?
Got the first one. So
Wow.
let's see how much pressure is on this one.
Yeah.
Maybe off camera.
Okay.
No, it's not too bad. Can you just hold it?
Yeah. That didn't take too long.
Quite long.
That's what they say.
So, by the way, does our loss of license insurance cover things like
In
that?
the face by a spray.
Right.
I think they haven't denied it.
If you get seen using an adjustable spanner, you also get your ATPL taken away.
Luckily,
That in itself is a war crime.
He doesn't have the proper tools, so I.
yes. This is called improvising 101.
You
And
know that Colin Chapman, this is folklore, I hope it's true. Apparently, if he walked into the assembly line and saw anyone using one of
Okay,
those,
just hold it like this, and
he'd throw it at you.
now it's the short part that is serious.
Let me show you a different way of doing this.
Yeah,
Flip it upside down, put the wrench on the floor and twist it in the wrench.
that's a bloody good idea.
that's a bloody good idea. We need to get the oil. The oil can, because there's going to be a lot of oil leaking.
Yes, yeah, stick it
Oh,
in
let's
that.
get some of this out. Right.
Teamwork makes the dream work.
Yes. That's bloody good, James.
Thank you.
Glad that.
If it fits in the pan, you can stand on the wrench.
Yeah.
If you're nice new shoes, they're not going to get covered in oil.
They are not new.
So the entire shop goes through the ceiling.
But you know, we're already renovating the house. So, honey, I need a new garage. Do you say garage yet, or do you still say garage?
I wouldn't ever say it.
No. Okay.
We can still pretend it was the idea of James, not ours.
I mean, the only downside of this is that the oil will come out, but I've always just...
I haven't done a Triumph fork so far, so that's why I'm really careful. Looks like they don't have much preload.
No, you're pushing down pretty well, right?
There we go.
Oh, yeah.
Are you
Look at that.
replacing the oil in it anyway?
Yeah.
Yeah, there should be some oil over there.
Oh, almost no.
That's great. Look at that.
Bit messy, but easier than getting hit in the face, right?
We have some rags.
Yeah.
Okay, we have a lot of parts.
You're in this if you're giving rags. That's kind of good, isn't it?
I'll just be slightly off camera. I'll be the hands that come in.
What TV show was that? What,
All of them.
yeah, I suppose, yeah.
Okay, Steve, just let it drain.
Is this a good, appropriate moment for me to do my Star Wars impression?
Yeah,
No.
Start flailing it around the room with a bit of oil.
And it has been done before by some others.
Okay, then I won't do it.
Around 300,000 subscribers. So
If nothing else, I won't. I'm not a copycat. So, so these are the cheapo Triumph springs that
yeah,
they.
we don't need to clean those
No,
because
Yeah.
they're going
Yeah.
somewhere, aren't they? You're going to keep them. I'll put them in a bag, but no, throw them away. In that case, we don't need to clean it.
So the only thing that I didn't see was, where did this one go? Definitely came out of the fork because it wasn't in before.
Yeah.
Well, you've got a second one to open up more carefully next time and find out.
I would presume to protect the plastic.
Yeah, it must be.
Definitely.
Oh, yeah.
And otherwise we're going to reopen that.
Well, yeah.
Well, there's one on the other end. I mean, that's a giveaway, right?
Yeah, that looks good.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with that.
So we can clean those a bit.
Beautiful.
James, which one were the new springs and the old ones?
They're the yours.
Yeah.
At the end, feels just like stock.
It's-
Oh, damn it!
Yeah, there's not as much difference as I thought. Now, give me some gen. The difference between these front springs and my old front springs are?
Are better material. The surface is specially treated, so the internal friction is less in order to break loose for some small imperfections. But it should have a more progressive spring rate than the older ones. When you hit the brakes hard, it shouldn't dive that much. Okay, we are good. So then the rest stays inside, as we are not doing a fork rebuild. We just put in some oil.
All right. Lovely. Well, this is cool.
It's nice that you haven't really ridden the bike. It's nice and clean.
Well, yeah. Right. Well, I did give it a bit of a whip round with the rag, as I knew Stefan was coming. So, but I actually took it out yesterday, and it was, it's fun. No, it doesn't really.
Yeah, you know, normally I don't work on dirty bikes.
You don't?
Seriously.
That's just a well.
Yeah, so I'm glad that you gave it a little bit
Attempted.
for shine. No, it's good. It's
Yeah.
good. I've seen worse.
Yeah. Oh, really? Well, I'm going to take that. I'll take that.
Hopefully we don't need more than half the bottle.
Otherwise, just nip back to Germany
Stick some of that in it.
and yeah, pour some of that in.
Just a little bit of color change.
Oh, very nice. Well, hang on. Product placement. You have to- right.
And now the magic tool.
Ah.
Viewers will love the noise in the background.
Yes. Yeah. Those are always my favorite bits. Now, as you know, we have been watching episodes of Stefan's garage.
Yeah, to have
Andrew
a
and I
good
watching.
night's sleep.
Yes, it has been very effective in sending Andrew to sleep. 100% of the time, in fact. So thank you for that. It's
Yeah,
I'll call that a service.
You're welcome.
Yeah. So
Maybe
there's not even a chance that she would have made it this far in the video. So that's why I can say it without really worrying too much.
But remember, I will edit it, so it might be a little bit.
Oh, don't speed it up too much.
Okay.
Because otherwise she may see it.
And you will get in trouble.
Big trouble.
So
Now, what temperature did I set the hot tub at? I may be cooking your wife and daughter at the moment.
you should realize it.
That'd be fine.
So 160 is
They
the.
wanted to jump in the pool.
We're allowed to ice today. I mean, the whole thing's off. It's been on air. It's been on for
So
Oh, no.
Steve,
like 18.
double check. 160.
150, 160, yes.
Okay.
Ah, okay, cool. This really is like a surgery. Are you going to change this to Dr. Stefan's garage?
Ah, it's too long often. Nobody would watch it.
Well, people watch Dr. Phil. So you've got a chance.
Just a second. Dr. Phil, she's a lady? She's a lady, obviously. Okay, I'm not asking any more questions.
And with that,
With that said,
we'll go to another commercial break.
okay, we need some more oil and we need to...
Yeah, that's interesting, isn't it? That's
no.
very interesting.
You need to hold it,
Yep.
because what we didn't do... I'm not totally worried yet, because sometimes both fork
Do
legs
you know
are
what I
not...
feel like here? Sir Lancelot.
Sir Lancelot,
Yeah.
can you hold it down?
Yes.
Or someone else.
160 exactly.
So Stefan, I had an East German scooter.
Simpson?
No,
What?
an IWL Berlin.
I haven't heard of that.
Exactly.
Is it the only one around
Yeah,
here?
it's in the UK. I never brought it over with me. I should have done. It's an NZ.
Okay, yeah,
Yeah.
the so-called Saxony Harley.
Yeah, Saxony. Yeah.
Sex on a Harley?
No, that's a different story.
Oh.
That's regarding Dr. Phil, maybe.
Oh, okay, right.
So,
Dr. Phil McCarthy.
progressive end.
I knew that was coming.
I don't know what you're talking about, so I don't need
Yes.
to edit that out.
No,
because
don't edit that out.
if I don't know what it's
It's childish schoolboy humor, Stefan.
Mic'd up, so you wouldn't even hear it. It's wonderful.
Although the Simpsons seem to take that on. Didn't they have a film cavity on board? Ooh. That's actually quite clever. I like that.
It is. Do you know if a British person was doing this right now, there'd be fork oil everywhere. Absolutely everywhere.
come on. Don't treat your fellow Brits like that.
It's me.
Okay. But on your professional work, it looks pretty good. I have to admit. You know, I was almost done with the Jeep Wrangler 392 regarding fuel efficiency and if I would be able to afford it. And then I learned from Steve that you have done the commercial with the Desert Drift.
Yeah.
And I thought, well, I might reconsider.
Yeah.
Did you see the bit with the plane?
Yes. Where was that?
Up in the desert. It's a story not for camera. But,
Yeah.
Okay.
oh my god. Steve, can you feel a bit less uncomfortable, please?
It's just compared to a Harley fork.
Look, I completely trust you, Stefan. It's just your aftershave is a little overwhelming right now. So I'm just going to move back a little bit. That's all it is.
Yeah.
I mean, with that in mind, you probably didn't need to turn it upside down to undo
No.
it, did you?
Yeah, but for the first one, it's just
Yeah, you just
better be safe than sorry.
Yeah,
The second one,
definitely.
you just
Yeah.
take it off, I think. Yeah.
And the second one probably has a much
Yeah,
stiffer
it'll be
spring.
really loaded up. Yeah, because they probably try and just throw in any old spring.
Yeah.
Like, oh, this one will do. Yeah. Well, look at that. Very nice.
So some brake cleaner, where do we have it?
Yeah,
There where it says
there.
brake cleaner.
That one.
Do you want the? You don't want the thing.
Just here on the rack. Yeah, perfect.
Use that brake cleaner until we find it. There we go. Look at that.
Good.
You know the watermelon joke with the kid in the supermarket?
Turn off the camera.
It's the only thing that isn't dirty. Actually, it's pretty dirty. It's bad language.
It has to be politically correct in these days.
Yeah.
It's a little bit of bad language. That's all. It doesn't have to be.
Bad language would be perfect for my channel.
Okay.
Tell me if I can do anything for you.
What was the...
Done the joke.
Yes.
The commercial break.
Oh yeah. So
So this
and now we yes.
We're this is off to and now some humour.
Now some humor from a British, American person.
Yeah, but we have to go to the commercial break anyway, because we need to look up the talk specs which are on the phone, which we use right now to do the filming.
Then it's a perfect time
to just stop it. We will look up the talk specs and then we will be back after we have heard the dirty joke.
That was the funniest joke I've ever heard, James. Thank you for that.
Thank you for sharing it with us and not with the others.
But now we have all of the talk numbers, which is the important thing.
Yeah. And on the top one, first close the fork tube plug and then torque it. Otherwise you will already bind it.
So how many people do you think will watch this video then, Stefan?
Maybe one or two.
One or two? One from Ireland, we know about that. We may have a couple of plane spotters that watch, that are vaguely interested in the interior design of my garage.
Yeah, we need to turn down the video once again.
Another commercial break.
Another
We must be making
break.
fortunes from this.
No, somebody... Guys, we just ran into a surprise, I would say, but not too big of a surprise. On the Triumph, the fork legs are asymmetric as well. Here we have a cartridge kind of fork, you see it? So it's a 14 millimeter open wrench. And then we just loosen the top nut. I was already wondering why the other top nut had a thread inside.
Yeah.
Now
yeah,
I know.
Yeah, interesting. So same part, but...
There we go.
Beautiful.
There we go. So, and we will just do the rest as before, as well, 160 millimeters. And then we will be back when the front is completed, because we don't want to bore you with our jokes. Now
Got a
about,
great job. Oh,
now about the TCAS.
thanks, man.
Okay, and now without professional support, we will continue.
We have to say
the front is done. We all
the responsible parent amongst us.
We
I'm
all,
sorry, one of the
we all tightened everything to spec, and now it's the rear.
Yeah.
In the rear, the exhaust pipes are in the way, so that's why we are losing the top screws first, then drop the swing arm, and hopefully we can get besides. Besides, no, that's bad English.
Yeah.
Around it.
Around it. Besides it. That would be correct. Yeah.
We had some nice aviation stories which are not meant to be shared with you guys, because we would both lose our jobs, or even more.
One of us would lose our jobs.
But we are not sure which one.
Guess which one.
And so we continue.
Very difficult to lose your job in America.
Do you want me to take that seat off? Would it be? Is that in the way at all?
No.
Okay.
We just need to.
Okay. Yeah.
I think our trick.
Yeah.
Our trick might work. Not sure.
Are you going to fly this weekend?
Probably. Well, work, yes, but
you're
probably tomorrow.
Oh, are you?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's from a harass.
Shall I let you know? Yeah, absolutely. Please do. Yeah.
Yeah, and then we will see how this turns out.
Yeah.
If somebody is thrown out of an airplane, then the install was not right. Or the promises that I made regarding the capabilities of the suspension were not right.
So far, I've been very impressed, Stefan.
Yeah, but so far it's still lifted on the jack. What was that?
I think you might struggle with this.
Yeah, but we should be able to get it
Think you'll move out enough?
Yeah, on this side it does.
Yeah.
Okay, let's try it.
Okay. Here. Let me hold it.
Oh yeah, that's fine.
Oh, there you go. Beautiful. Look at
Perfect.
that. Yep. Yeah, that's it. Aha.
What's the German for dustbin?
Dustbin, Mülleimer.
Müller.
Ah, yes. Well, let me take that to the what is it? The Mullerheimer.
No, not the Mülleimer.
Not the Mullerheimer.
Mülleimer. Mülleimer.
Mulheimer.
Mülleimer.
Mulheimer. Eine kleine Nachtmusik. Is that
Oh, that was very good.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yes.
Don't get carried away with eine kleine Nachtmusik. That's not from Mozart and totally different.
Yes. Okay then.
That's kind of a little nude music.
I was surprised actually when I bought this Triumph. And I don't mean to diss on Triumph, but they really didn't do a good job with these. I know that you could get the higher spec one, but I didn't.
Yeah, because you like the classic look.
I do. Yeah, that's exactly why. I didn't want orange. I didn't want orange springs. That was the truth.
Orange springs, really?
Yeah, that's what they have. Orange or yellow, I can't remember.
Yellow.
I wanted to keep
the other brand. I think is kind of goldish.
Okay,
yellowish.
yeah. Hey, I just didn't want that. I wanted the good look, and that's why I had these. But these are. Are you ready for this? These are shockingly bad. Shockingly bad.
No,
never mind.
I'm used to it because the Harley shocks are as well shockingly bad.
Yeah, it's surprising, huh?
And the others are very, very good.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm really looking forward to this.
Are these sided as well or not? Are they?
They are sided because this one needs to be on the inside. So the plug for the nitrogen fill needs to be on the inside for optical reasons. Optical reasons? No.
Yeah. Yeah. So it looks good. So is this is the first Triumph installation you've done,
Yeah.
Stefan, correct?
And it's not finished yet. And we need to have some blue Loctite on those.
Do we have some?
Yeah, we do.
Okay.
I'm not relying on you, so I brought some with me. Because your blue Loctite, the good stuff, is in the hangar, as we all know.
It is in the hangar. Everything is in the hangar. We probably should have done this in the hangar. And then our background would have been a beautiful historic aeroplane in a hangar.
That would have been nice.
Would have been nice, yeah.
To look at the wheel before you reposition that.
That was too early,
Too early.
because we need to have both.
Okay.
You can leave that part on there.
I suppose so, yeah.
Earlier,
Yeah, I suppose so,
Yeah,
yeah.
so we need to tighten the lower ones first,
Okay,
Okay.
hold that.
and then
You should probably,
lift the whole thing up.
Should probably go.
thank you for
should
your.
probably leave.
Thank you for all of your motoring knowledge from Wikipedia.
Yeah, the history of colours.
History of British racing colours, yeah.
Do you want people to follow your Instagram?
Don't.
So don't follow James Slipman,
Please don't follow me.
because he has very good content regarding...
Excellent content.
Excellent, yeah, excellent.
It really is.
But just make sure not to follow James Slipman on Instagram. But you don't need to worry, because I have so little subscribers. that
Yeah, there's
I wanna
literally an
help you with
Irish
this.
guy, apparent, and a.
Say when, I'll give you a hand up, because it's going to be horrible
Yeah,
to try and
but-
lift that in place.
we need to tighten down the low ones first.
Yeah.
Are you going to tighten that up? Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. I'll get it.
And the Loctite, the tube, the small
Here you
bit.
go.
So, see, there's me not going. I'll be alright for a couple of minutes.
What happens if you don't collect your son? Do they lock him
$1
up?
a minute.
$1 a minute.
Thank you.
It's a bargain. Leave me all night.
How much is a babysitter?
$1 a minute, I don't know. No, it's about 60 for a night, or 3 or 4 hours. Something like
Okay, yeah. Then make sure to pick him
that.
up.
Very rarely do it. That's the. Oh, you need to Loctite this as well, right?
No, I already did
Oh,
it.
you already did it. Oh.
I might need to re-Loctite it
you
if
might,
you
yeah.
if you
Put a little-
de-Loctite it.
Well, it might have dried out by now. I don't know.
You can never have too much locked.
You can
Never. How much torque does the Jeep 392?
Lots.
Lots.
It's all done by feel. It's all done with passion.
Yeah.
Do you want a Jeep 392? Is that where you keep
I would love to have one.
in Germany?
Yeah, that's the part where I don't love to have it.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, what do you do with it in Germany?
Well, what do you do with it here?
You take it in the desert and drive it till it explodes.
Yeah.
I think you'll find that's the way that goes down.
Okay.
Now? And jets?
What happened to the smaller one
Yeah,
inside?
it's already there.
It's already
It's
there?
on that
Yeah.
thing, and that one's on there. It's now on there as well. So get your screw.
Can you lift a little bit more?
You go.
No. Just a second. Let me just see it.
There we go.
It's British. Just use force.
Yeah, just whack it.
We do. Our home toolkit is not that well equipped, but we have 6 hammers. Does that tell you anything about the way that I handle those things?
All be sold.
Everything can be solved with a.
What airline are you flying for? No, we're going to keep that a secret.
We are going to keep it a secret, but I could give you 3 guesses. No. Second guess? No. No. All 3 are wrong.
Put it in the comment section.
It will be in the comments section.
Because, yeah, if...
Here's a hint. We haven't. No, it's best not to mix work and fun, I don't think.
Absolutely.
Because context is sometimes lost when you're having fun
Yeah.
And
and
that's,
discussing work.
and that's the reason why we will go through all the fasteners and just rehearse whether we talk them down in order to...
We are 5 miles from Freddie's school.
Okay, so all 4 here are talked. We talked the triple trees, the top bolts.
Yep.
We fastened the fender, the axle pinch bolt, all 4 brake screws, and the ABS sensor. Okay, we are safe.
Now, go and do a wheelie.
Then we wouldn't have need to change the front fork.
Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous?
Okay, we will just clean up, and thanks for watching. I hope that you got entertained pretty well, and those guys from BBC, Top Gear.
Now, hang on. Would you be Clarkson? Who's the oldest?
Who is the one with the...
With the good body?
Yeah, you're Clarkson.
Oh.
Well, you are Richard Hammond.
I've actually stood in for Rich Hammond. It's a bit of a long story. I've done that.
Okay, so cut.
This is over.
So, back from the test ride, Steve. By the
Yes.
way, a lovely watch that you have there.
Thank you very much.
Are you a
It's
pilot by chance?
almost as nice as yours. Yes.
No, but seriously, how did you like your new bike with the suspension?
I only just came back, so I can be absolutely honest. Stefan is a friend, and this is why I decided to buy the Wilbers from Stefan. Backed up by watching the videos of so many people who didn't need to say that it was an improvement.
So,
A massive-
so do you.
Right, so I will tell you exactly what I just said to you when I came in from the ride just now, which is it's a different bike. It's a completely different bike. I love it. I went over the same bumps that always give me the shakes, bang, just jarring shakes, and it was just smooth. Just go over the bumps instead of into them.
I'm so glad that you like it.
The front especially was really, really different. I was waiting for the jarring and there was no jarring. and in the corners it felt smooth as well. So I, Stefan, am a happy customer.
Thank you.
Thank you for the
Thank
installation. Okay,
That
so
should do it.
what do we have here?
No, that was for the positive feedback.
Oh, perfect. Then
cut,
we're
cut.
done.
And as we heard yesterday, British Racing Green heritage started in Ireland. And another thing that we learned yesterday is that the best things are always in the hangar. So let's turn around. Oh, that is nice. The best things are in the hangar, and it's not Steve. I'm talking about the airplane. Steve, what year is it?
1951.
1951. So a little bit younger than Steve and I combined. No. And it's a de Havilland Chipmunk. As you see from the color scheme, it used to be a Royal Air Force basic trainer. And Steve bought it 2 years ago, 3 years ago?
3 years ago now,
Yeah.
18, 19, actually almost 4.
Almost 4 years ago. Like on a Harley, if it drips oil, it's good because then you know that there's still oil inside. Yeah, but that's normal for those old aviation engines. It's very good maintained. Takes a lot of maintenance to keep those old airplanes flying. It is 4-cylinder inline? Oh yeah, yeah, it is. Because here it says 4, so it has to be 4-cylinder.
Yes.
Otherwise it would have say 6.
It would say 6. Maybe I should just change this to 6.
Yeah.
And then people will be more impressed.
Yeah, definitely.
I should do that. That's a good point.
Yeah. So we are now going through the pre-flight, and then, as the promised bonus material, we will do a short flight around Thermal Airport. And to be honest, in 1990, that was the last time when I was at Thermal Airport in a nice yellow beach bonanza doing my basic pilot training.
Lots of oil.
Yeah, plenty.
4 cylinders and a carburetor. It's very simple. I mean, it's basically just an old tractor engine, really, but very reliable. Designed in the 1920s, and yeah.
There's the engine number.
Yep. Gypsy Major Mark 10. This one is.
Has the engine been rebuilt?
Over its lifetime, yeah. With the Royal Air Force, it was rebuilt many times. This engine last had a overhaul in 2002, and so it still has relatively low hours, but it goes every year for its inspection. And in fact, these 2 cylinders here are new. They were found to have low compression, and so these 2 are new cylinders, and many other parts on here. The magnetos are now more modern magnetos that are more reliable. So the older magnetos, which are very, very hard to get parts for and very hard to source, once they decided that they didn't want to exist anymore.
Yeah, which they decided 6 months ago.
Yes, they decided on the way to Oshkosh Air Show. But these are our fancy new modern ones that were installed.
And for those viewers who are not into aviation that much, magnetos, that are the ignition coils.
Yes, yeah.
And here we have the spark plugs, 2 of them per cylinder.
Correct, yes.
Because it's all about redundancy and reliability, and therefore all those linkages are secured.
Yeah. Yeah.
Pretty
Yeah.
nice to
Yeah.
have a piece of art and history like this. In
Yeah.
fact, Steve flew exactly on this serial number when he was a young air cadet.
Yeah. Yeah. When I had ambitions to join the Royal Air Force.
Yeah, that was 2 or 3 years ago when you were an air cadet. And
2 or 3 decades ago. Actually, no, more than that, right? Maybe, 4 decades ago.
I haven't realized that we got that old.
Apparently we did, Stefan.
Yeah, we did. Okay, let's focus on the on the airplane.
Yeah.
Did you
Otherwise-
consider getting Wilbers for your struts?
Well, now you're going to see what kind of a ride we get with these beautiful British-made struts. But
Okay.
we may have to change to Wilbers.
Okay. I will ask Benny Wilbers and Andre
Yeah.
whether there's a chance. I'm sure there's a huge demand.
There is.
Hundreds
there
of
were,
thousands of these airplanes still in the air today.
Now, there were about 1,000 built.
Oh, really?
In total.
Really?
There are currently, the last estimate is about 100 still flying,
Okay.
or at least airworthy. Whether they're actively flying or not is another question. But we just celebrated the 75th anniversary of the design. So that happened last year. And this one is turning 71 this year, October.
Okay.
This one will be 71. It's trained thousands and thousands of Royal Air Force pilots. It was also loaned to the Royal Navy at one point, and so it's had a history in the Royal Navy as well. It also was part of the Battle of Britain Memorial Flight that maintains the flying memorial for the Royal Air Force, the Lancaster, the Spitfire, the Hurricane, the DC-3, and those sort of things. So this was used by the Spitfire and Hurricane pilots, display pilots, to keep tailwheel current. So with the wheel on the back there, the same as the Spitfire and the Hurricane. So it's had quite a history.
Yeah.
And now it's in California, which for its retirement,
Good.
which is a good place to be, I think.
I think your Jaguar was once landed to the Royal Navy as well.
It was,
Oh,
yeah.
that's
a different story.
Let's just skip
That's
that.
a different
But for
story.
the non-aviation viewers, it's totally different to fly a tailwheel aircraft, in contrary to a normal one with a nose wheel, and therefore I think it's more complicated, and you have to stay proficient in order not to crash one of those precious old tail draggers.
Yes, it definitely needs practice. Somebody described it to me as getting your shopping cart, your shopping trolley, your shopping cart, and when you're pushing it around the supermarket, instead of pushing it forwards, go the other way and push it the opposite way, and you'll be doing this all the time, and you'll be constantly trying to correct, and that's basically the same as flying one of these on the ground. In the air, it flies like any other airplane, like beautiful Airbuses and not so beautiful Boeings.
Well, they are beautiful. They're just a little bit tinier.
They're a bit tinier. Well, depends which Boeing we're talking about.
Everyone, because there's every single one, because there's always a yoke in the way.
Now that's a good yoke.
Yeah.
So there is.
A yoke is a joke.
A yoke is always a joke, and that's what we Boeing people have to deal with. But yes, this is a piece of history, and it's my attempt, because we've been very fortunate in our careers, and it's gifted me the opportunity to maintain this in flying condition and keep it for. Be a custodian for the next person that can keep this and hopefully spark the interest of somebody who may want to pursue aviation. So this is my little project.
That's basically my Harley CVO.
There you go.
Or half of it.
Half of it.
Or maybe a quarter of it.
Which half?
Nevertheless. Okay, so we will finish the pre-flight and the preparations, and then hopefully
Go for a fly.
the engine starts.
We'll take the elephant flying.
We take the elephant flying, exactly. One good friend of mine, hi Sigi, is loving elephants. So, the Cockpit Tour.
Oh, yeah. Similar to a Harley Davidson.
Or to a Boeing.
Or to a Boeing. As you can see, there is some small degree of competition between different manufacturers' pilots.
Yeah, but only if you're very sensitive. Otherwise, you wouldn't notice.
Otherwise,
that.
it rolls off the back. Yes. But this is same instruments as in most basic trainers. Prior to glass cockpit, the TV screens of today. So these are basic instruments here. How fast we go, how high we go, what direction we're going in, how fast we're going up and down, how fast we're turning left and right, and an artificial horizon so that we can see if we're the right way up. Then an RPM gauge for the engine. And this is similar, I suppose. Oil temperature, oil pressure, those are the important things for us. And then we have our control stick, which is different to the Boeing, slightly similar to the Airbus.
Yeah.
So that controls the flight surfaces, and we only have a couple of extra things in here. We have the flaps. Now I have to remember not to stand on them. Is a big, remember the old railway station when you change the railway lines, the points on the railway lines. It's the same sort of thing. It's a big lever that you pull back, and it lowers the flaps.
And then you can go slower.
Go slower, yeah. Ready for landing. So that's over there. And then on this side, this is there's a handbrake. And it'll be difficult to see, but there's a handbrake here, which controls either both brakes on the wheels, or either one wheel or the other wheel, depending if you want to turn or. So that takes a bit of practice.
So no foot brakes?
No foot brakes.
Oh,
no, it's a handbrake. Yeah.
Okay.
It's
Definitely all the ground operation will be done by Steve, not by Stefan.
It does take a little bit of practice, but you get it in the end. But it's different. It's a different era. It was the solution that they came up with 75 years ago, and it was the best one at the time. Sort of like Wilbers now.
Yeah.
It's a better solution than the one that they came up with at the time.
75 years ago.
75 years ago. And then we have the throttle and the fuel mixture.
So the throttle is like on the Top Gun F-18?
Correct, exactly the same. Yes.
Maybe not the afterburner, just military
not the afterburner, no. And that's it. There's nothing more in there, really, to be honest.
Okay, so we have finished the pre-flight. Let's just pull the old lady out of the hangar.
Yeah.
Is she a lady or is she?
She's a lady. Yes.
You haven't decided yet?
No, she's a lady.
Okay, now we decided she's a lady. Let's pull the old lady out of the hangar, and then I will film the engine start.
British engineering out here.
By the way, why the Brits like warm beer?
No.
Because Lucas makes the refrigerators.
It's hard to challenge anything when I know it's true. So we have a tickler, we used to call it a tickler on the old Triumphs, motorcycles, to flood the carburetor. So it's the same process. These are the fuel pumps. So this opens a valve on the carburetor on the other side, and I pump fuel into the carburetor.
Okay.
And I pump it until fuel was cheap 70 years ago, so until it starts pouring out of an overflow line, I keep filling until it pours out, which should happen about.
There it is.
So now the carburetor is full of fuel, and now I've already checked that the magnetos are off, and so this should not start, but I will still take precautions. And so now I'm going to turn the engine about 4 times to fill the cylinders, pre-fill the cylinders with the fuel. So there's 1, 2, always moving back in case it decides to start. Which it shouldn't, because it has no source of...
Yeah, but you never know.
Yeah.
But
And we've now primed it. Now
Okay.
we're ready to start.
good.
And now we have to jump in.
You have to jump in. I have to jump in after you.
Oh, actually, oh.
Or it doesn't work?
Well, yes, but
But no.
get in first so you're because once I'm in to do the seatbelts
Yeah.
and things is if you don't know, if you haven't done it once already, it's tricky.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So we will film the engine start from inside.
Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah, that's nice. Because the risk is high that Stefan is too stupid to get his belts on the correct way.
Now, so the easiest way in here,
Step on the...
step on this, and then you can hold on to these and then just lower yourself down. Hopefully the rudder pedals are set for taller people. We shall see.
Oh, we shall see.
Yeah. And then...
Yep.
And when I say make yourself comfortable, there is no comfortable, but you'll be in at least.
I was flying Boeing before, so I should be used to it.
So now, how are you with the rudder pedals? Can you? And the mixture is actually fully rich when it's all the way back. So this is leaning, and the point is, if you're at cruise and you've leaned, as soon as you bring the power back, it richens the mixture. It's quite interesting.
It is.
But that's about it.
Yeah, I won't interfere with that settings. That was kind of the safety briefing. This aircraft has one emergency exit.
One.
Not marked. Try to get it.
No, two. It's these two. Yes, you're.
This aircraft has two emergency exits. They are not marked with the word exit. Try not to use them.
And don't hit yourself on the airplane on the way out. Let's see, master is on, mags are on, brake is set, throttle is set, extra is rich, and we'll clear around. Clear! There we go. So it has a clutch start, so we have to find the sweet spot.
Okay.
And next one.
Reminds me of trying to start up my BMW with a kickstart. Beautiful. And we have oil pressure. I've seen it, yeah. And here we have highway control. Speed is checked by aircraft.